whoa! Watch it! A little to the left there, Frankie. That's right.
What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?
We're building a shrine to the last game releases of 2024. Oh boy, what a year. I can't believe we only have just a couple games left.
What? No. There are so many other games releasing this year. There are so many interesting and wonderful indies releasing. We can't put all of our focus on these big releases. 2024 games are so much more colorful than these big tentpole games. In fact, I think that we should...
What?
We should...
July. Wait, isn't July half over?
Shellrunner. Shellrunner is a PvE extraction shooter, where your main mission is to get rich or die trying. Looks like there's a lot of loot and a lot of goodies that float into your body when you're playing. For some reason that just makes my brain happy. Yeah, it looks like they're using the Polygon asset packs, but I don't really look at those as a symbol of quality anymore. The full sets can be pretty pricey, so it does take some initial investment, and a lot of the time these asset flips are put together by extremely talented programmers who would rather focus on gameplay. Kriegsfront Tactics Prologue. This is a proof-of-concept mech game by the devs of Coffee Talk. It's procedural, it's turn-based, and it looks like there might be some exploration. I personally think it looks absolutely fantastic. I believe they're looking to turn this into a full game, so if this looks like something you'd enjoy, pick up the prologue and leave it a good review. Mech Builder. I love mech games, and I love cozy games too. So what if we just smashed those genres together? And that's how you get Mech Builder, a Gunpla building game where you vibe building plastic mechs. The absolutely perfect game to play while watching Pacific Rim on a second monitor. Yeah, and you can put them on the little shelves? Oh my god. Old School Rally. Old School Rally looks like a mixture of a fun rally racing game, like Dirt, and some of the classic arcade racers. Personally, I love the art style. Something about seeing PS1 graphics in realistic lighting just looks so good. And we don't really see a lot of rally games anymore for some reason, so hopefully fans of them will really enjoy this one. Arcseed. Wow, there's a lot of mech-related stuff in July. Arcseed looks like some turn-based mech action, inspired by Front Mission, like the OG Front Missions, mixed with some good callbacks to animes like Neon Genesis Evangelion. And it's a deck builder, which I can always get behind. Love the enemy design, and I'm 100% going to be playing this on my Steam Deck when it comes out. August, my birthday month. Tactical Breach Wizards. This has been on my radar for a while. You might have heard of it You may have heard of it if you've been watching some of the indie presentations recently, but I had no idea it already had a release date. Tactical Breach Wizards is a turn-based military tactics game, somewhat XCOM style. But everybody's a wizard, and they have wizard powers and they do wizard things. Looks like a blast through and through. The latest trailer has me a little bit nervous since it has some of those Mighty Number 9 trailer vibes, if you remember back then, but I honestly think this is going to be a niche little hit. Though at this point, I would have loved a trailer talking about story, if there really is one. CYGNI. All Guns Blazing. A bullet hell twin stick shooter that honestly looks gorgeous. Looks like they're going to have a full campaign and story too. I feel like it's been a bit since we've had a really solid arcade side-scrolling ship shooter. Wow, saying that out loud, that's a long genre. It's also being published by Konami, which tracks since it doesn't seem to have any real marketing. The thing that instantly made me add it to this list is this shot right here. I mean, goosebumps. Grapple Dogs, Cosmic Canines. Grapple Dog was a fantastic indie hit when it released a couple years ago, and I'm so happy it's getting a sequel. And look at the new character, she's adorable! Swing, jump, and grapple your way through the multiverse as Pablo and Luna. You see, the secret to an amazing modern 2D platformer is dynamic movement, and Grapple Dogs has that down. Finding Mosey. In Finding Mosey, you're traveling through this risky open world with your cat, Mosey. Until that is, he's taken. Now it's up to you to travel through this barren land, to hunt his captors down and return them to your side. You can choose how you want to handle this journey, whether you want to use some smart talking to find the info you're looking for, or go full John Wick and let blood splatter until someone leads you to your friend. It boasts upgrades, a lot of loot, and multiple hidden stories. I really love the idea for this game. Figure out what kind of person you truly are when your best friend is taken from you. Will you calmly talk, or will you cave some heads in? Gory Cuddly Carnage. Gory is a game I remember playing a demo for ages ago, and I'm happy to finally see it release. It looks like a peak PS2 game that was lost to time. You've got the platforming, you got the animal protagonist, and you've got the edginess. And your buddy is a sentient hoverboard, what more do you need? Now, I can't speak to how cringy the dialogue may or may not be in the game, but look at these sick moves. Hopefully this game ends up sticking the landing. A lot of themes you're playing with are risky gambles, but it may end up being a cult classic. Bloodless. In this beautiful Ronin combat game, you have to fight against your former allies. And former allies is a key theme of the game. You see, the character you play has sworn to accomplish her mission without taking another life. No death. Which means the combat itself is fully counter-based, focused on disarming your enemies. Which has gotten me pretty excited for the story of the game, even though I don't really know too much about it at the moment. It kind of reminds me of my favorite level in the Hotline Miami games. The one where you're a cop systematically taking down a gang, knocking out each enemy and dismantling their guns as you go. That I find way more interesting than just going in and slaughtering everyone. Stray Cats in a Cozy Town. If July was mech themed, then August is cat themed. Which rocks because it's my birthday in August. These cat games seem to be from a series, but this one in particular caught my eyes. The colors and the gradients are just so pleasing. It's a hidden object game, which some people might find boring for a video game, but I fully believe that these are important to mental health. I think many things went wrong in the world when we stopped borrowing I Spy books from the library. Mika and the Witch's Mountain. If you're going to be a longtime watcher of this channel, you know I'm going to be mispronouncing things. Kiki's Delivery Service as a package delivery game. Oh, you want me to keep going? I thought that was enough to get you to buy it. Explore an entire island on your broom as you deliver packages to the townspeople, all while discovering who you really are. Mika and the Witch's Mountain has been in development for quite some time now, and I'm happy to see it finally get a release date. September. Tenebris Terra Incognita. And I'm not doing another take. That I feel like that's as close as I'm gonna get it. Explore the planet Tenebris in this turn-based tactical RPG, with over 20 heroes to add to your party, each one with their own skill tree to build out and experiment with. Try out synergies, plan your attack on your ship, as you buy upgrades and items before you push ever farther on the deadly planet. Looks like fun! Gives me a little bit of a sci-fi Darkest Dungeon vibe. Wild Bastards. This spiritual successor to the fantastic hidden gem Void Bastards lets you lead the most notorious outlaws in the galaxy. Just like Void Bastards, it seems like the art and humor are on point. Looks like there's a lot of different ways to play, and it looks like there will be an actual campaign as well. Hopefully, I think I'm reading that right. Each outlaw has their own style and weaponry. Oh, and even skill trees. You'll also have to manage their relationships with other outlaws in the gang as well. Looks like this is going to have some pretty deep systems. Can't wait. Atomic Picnic. Atomic Picnic is basically Risk of Rain. Atomic Picnic is basically Risk of Rain in Vampire Survivors. My friends and I have been a part of multiple playtests, and we really love the gameplay loop. Plus, you can play as a bunny girl, which is always a bonus in my book. It says they're releasing in September, though I'm not 100% because the last playtest I was a part of still had chunks of the game that were unfinished. Hopefully, if it needs more time in the oven, they'll give it that time. but when it does come out, I really recommend grabbing it. It's a lot of fun. October. Fruit Bus. You are the proud owner of your very own Fruit Bus. Travel around, meet friendly faces, upgrade your bus, and most importantly, cook up some flavor. From the devs of Among the Sleep, this food-based venture is all about meeting new people and touching their souls through the stomach. If you like food or cuteness, I'm sure this is for you. Card and Seal. It's Mega Man Battle Waifu. Card and Seal is a deck-building roguelike inspired by Mega Man Battle Network. And man, it is really colorful. Do yourself a favor and watch the trailer, maybe with the audio off. It's pretty cringy, but the gameplay looks solid. One thing I like is that it seems like you explore the dungeon and collect cards during battles until you're actually happy with your deck, and then you can choose to fight the dungeon boss. The game has over 300 cards based on fictional games within the game's own universe. The game also has a lot of animations like this and boasts over 50 vocal songs. So it's 100% a game for certain audiences. But I think it looks like a lot of fun, with a ton of features and replayability. I'm just hoping it stays Card and Seal and not Card Incel. Okay, now these games coming up are releasing sometime in 2024. Or so they say. We don't have a firm date. In fact, we don't really have any date besides 2024. And a lot of the time, games with those kind of dates do get pushed back. So don't call me a liar, a scammer, a little piss baby or something if something ends up releasing in 2025. We want devs to have time. So thank you, and let's dive in. Caravan Sandwich. Caravan Sandwich is looks like the kind of game that these kind of lists are made for. In this narrative-driven adventure, you are a sandwich in her trusty van, exploring the vast wilderness. Solve puzzles, make allies by helping communities, and uncover secrets. They describe the vibe as a hopeful post-apocalypse, which just sounds really cool. Do me a favor and please watch the trailer. It gives me goosebumps every time I watch it. Floridale Man, The Joy of Chaos. I'm a sucker for a Ragdoll Chaos sandbox with a good hook, and I may have just found my next one. While Floridale Man looks a little rough around the edges from these early trailers, I'm excited to see what it turns out to be. And anything that makes fun of Florida is a win in my book. That is, if it does end up releasing this year. Pilo and the Holobook. Explore the world and document everything. With your magic ability to turn anything into a sticker, you'll be traveling around, adding each new item to your holobook. Documenting everything in your journey is just as important as the adventure itself. The game describes itself as short and sweet, and I think that's neat. There's also a demo available if you want to give it a try. South Pole Bebop. Into the Breach with Penguins. What's not to love? Create a deck of cards and protect your bases. Honestly, I just went to see all the unit designs. They're aggressively cute. Looks like it's the developer's first game, and hopefully it'll land on its flippers. Parking Garage Rally Circuit. Remember Jellycar? By the way, the creator just made a new Jellycar for PC recently, if you haven't noticed. Well, his next game is way more car, less jelly. It's rally racing in a parking garage. He says it's a precision driving game with very simple controls, all done in this amazing Sega Saturn style. I love it when devs use that specific of a system when they describe it. It's so easy to say PS1 style or N64 style graphics, but you know things are intentional when they name drop something like the Saturn. The game looks passionately fun through and through. The dev loves making devlogs and talking about the inner workings of their games, so check them out and give it a wish list. Crashlands 2. Now, I haven't played the first Crashlands, but after watching this trailer, I kinda wish I did. Discover this new world, slap everything, make friends, build a home, and apparently laugh a lot in this really colorful game. I'm not sure if you have to play the first one to fully enjoy it, but I may have to pick it up. Shoulders of Giants Ultimate. Frogs on Mechs. Do I need to say more? In this action roguelike, see how long you can survive as a gun-slinging frog on the head of a sword-wielding mech. Tons of gameplay-changing loot, endless upgrades, and designed for multiplayer. Not just normal multiplayer, although there is that too, but Double Dash style multiplayer as well. As in, your friend plays as the mech and you play as the frog. Now that's different. I'll be forcing my friends to pick this up when it releases later this year. Hollywood Animal. Take control of a film studio at the very beginning of the talkie's rise to power. Make choices to create some of the best films of the century, no matter what dark dealings you'll need to do to make those million-dollar ideas happen. Choices matter in this Art Deco studio management game. I'm a huge fan of classic films, and honestly this makes me really want a 1950s or 60s style B-movie studio management game. Like, make movies fast and cheap and shove them into drive-ins. Until that extremely niche dream is fulfilled, this will 100% tide me over. Baby Steps. Baby Steps could be one of two things. A meta-narrative about how one's life can become stagnant and difficult, but by carefully putting one foot in front of the other, you can accomplish goals and move forward with your life, even if it takes time. Or it's a Devolver Digital game about a baby man who flops around. It's really hard to say at this point. But this physics-based walking game does have a fully dynamic onesie soiling system and non-collectible hats, so there's that. Sorry, we're closed. Resident Evil just got a punk makeover. Loud, colorful styles, fixed camera angles, and facing certain evil. Sounds like the perfect Saturday night. Explore in third person and swap to first person to take out enemies, and use your third eye to see the unseen. If you're really interested, give the demo a try. Urban Jungle. If you enjoyed playing Unpacking, I have a feeling that you're gonna like Urban Jungle. Find spaces for all the little plants in your home, keep things tidy, and follow an evolving story. A perfect game for a rainy day. And there's a cat! So that's perfect. Octopus City Blues. How could I pass up this game when doing research? I mean, look at it. Octopus City Blues takes place in a batshit insane post-apocalyptic world that's starting to unravel. Uncover a dark conspiracy and ask yourself, is this the kind of world worth saving? Apparently, this had a Kickstarter, like, years ago, and I just found out about it. Hopefully, more people learn about it before it goes live, because look at this art.
And there we go. That is 30 obscure games releasing in the second half of 2024. Hopefully we've made your wish list a little bigger. There are actually a lot more games that didn't make the list, so if you want to see even more under the radar games, let me know in the comments and give me a subscribe. Give me your subscription. Give me the subscribe. Click it. Click it.